What if I told you that the same trick that's emptying gamblers' wallets in Las Vegas is being used on you, right now, every single day, and you don't even feel it happening? Casinos don't need loaded dice. They don't need rigged wheels. They don't even need you to lose on purpose. They just need one thing, for you to keep playing. And here's the part almost nobody says out loud: a casino can lose money on any single table, any single night, any single player, and still walk away richer every year, without fail. That's not luck. That's a formula. And once you understand it, you're going to start noticing it everywhere in your shopping app, in your trading account, in that lottery ticket sitting in your car right now. So stick with me, because the next few minutes might change the way you look at your own money forever. Picture a man walking into a casino with $200. Within 5 minutes, he's up to $500. He's laughing. He's telling the guy next to him he's got a system. He leaves that night convinced he's lucky. What he doesn't realize is that the casino expected exactly this. Not his win specifically, but a win for someone that night. Because the casino isn't trying to beat him. It's trying to beat everyone over thousands of nights, and his lucky evening is simply the bait that brings him back next weekend. That's the part that surprises people most. Casinos don't fear winners, they rely on them. Here's what most of us believe. Casinos win because gamblers are careless or bad at math. We tell ourselves, I'd never fall for that. I'm smarter than that. But that belief is exactly the trap. Casinos aren't built to beat unlucky people. They're built to beat smart people too through structure, not chance. And the structure is so small, so quiet, that even a genius sitting at the table would lose to it over time. Let's make this simple. Imagine a coin flip game. Heads, you win $1. Tails, you lose $1. 50-50, fair game. Play it 1,000 times and you'd expect to walk away roughly even. Now, here's the twist. What if the coin isn't actually 50-50? What if it's 51% tails, 49% heads? You'd never catch that in one sitting. You might win 10 flips in a row and feel invincible. But play that same slightly tilted coin for 30 years, flipping it again and again, winning some months, losing others, feeling lucky one week and cursed the next, and something brutal happens. The outcome was never actually in doubt. It was decided the moment the coin was tilted, long before he ever sat down to play. That 1% is the entire casino industry. That single green zero on a roulette wheel looks harmless, sitting there among 36 other numbers. But that one number alone funds marble floors, free drinks, and fountain shows that cost more than most people's houses. Commercial casinos across the United States pull in tens of billions of dollars every single year. Not because gamblers are foolish, but because a tiny, invisible tilt repeated millions of times a night always finds its way home. But here's what nobody tells you. The math is only half the story. The other half is your brain, and this is where it gets uncomfortable. Imagine 100 people walking into a casino tonight. 99 of them will leave feeling like the games were fair. Some will even leave up money, high-fiving strangers on their way out. But mathematically, the casino already knows, almost to the dollar, roughly how much that entire room will leave behind before the first chip is even placed. The winners aren't a flaw in the system. They're part of the design. Because every small win releases the exact same chemical reward in your brain, whether you make $50 or $5,000, and that feeling is what brings you back tomorrow. This is called variable reward, and it's the same mechanism behind why you check your phone 40 times a day, why you refresh your crypto app every 10 minutes, why you pull the slot lever just one more time. Your brain isn't built to calculate probability over a million spins. It's built to remember the one night you won big and quietly erase the 50 nights you didn't. Now here's where this stops being a video about casinos, because honestly, it was never really about casinos. It's about your bank account. Think about the last thing you bought online without really thinking about it. You probably told yourself, it's only $20. Now imagine saying that 50 times this year. Quietly, that harmless little purchase has become $1,000 you'll never remember spending. That subscription you forgot to cancel because it's basically free at $9 a month. Multiply it by 3 years. That's over $300, gone, for something you stopped using in month 2. This is the first hard truth. Wealth isn't destroyed in one dramatic moment. It leaks out through tiny, repeated decisions that each feel completely harmless in isolation. You are, without realizing it, the tilted coin, and it's been flipping against you for years. And here's the part that gets worse before it gets better. It doesn't just apply to spending, it applies to how we try to build wealth too. Every time you chase a hot stock tip because everyone online is talking about it, every time you jump into day trading, hoping this is the trade that changes everything, you're not investing, you're gambling with extra steps. You're standing at the casino table, just wearing nicer clothes. But here's the twist. Nobody tells you. The same law that builds billion-dollar casinos can be flipped completely upside down and pointed in your favor. Tiny edges become giant fortunes. That's the entire secret. The math doesn't care whether the edge is working for you or against you. It only cares about consistency and time. A slow, boring 8 or 10% average return doesn't feel exciting in any single year. Some years it might even lose money, and you'll feel like it's failing you. But stretched across decades, that same quiet, unglamorous edge compounds into life-changing wealth, the exact same mechanism that built every casino on the Las Vegas Strip, just aimed at your future instead of your downfall. So here's the uncomfortable question worth sitting with. In your financial life right now, are you the casino or are you the gambler? If your habits involve chasing quick wins, hoping the next trade or the next side hustle is the one that changes everything, you're playing the gambler's role, relying on single lucky moments the same way that man in the casino relied on his system. You might win sometimes. You might even win big once. But played long enough, the tilted coin always finds its way back to the house. But if your habits involve small, boring, repeated positive actions, automatically saving a percentage of every paycheck, consistently investing regardless of what the market is doing that week, avoiding debt that quietly taxes your future income, something remarkable happens. You stop being the gambler. You become the house. You become the one with the small, quiet edge, repeated enough times to make the outcome inevitable, in your favor this time. So what do you actually do with this? Stop asking, did I win today? Start asking, if I repeated this exact decision 1,000 times, would I come out ahead? That single mental shift changes everything, from how you shop, to how you invest, to how you handle debt. Build small positive edges into your life on autopilot, the same way a casino builds its edge into every single table. Automate your savings so it happens without willpower. Automate your investing so it happens without emotion. The moment a good habit no longer depends on your motivation, it becomes unstoppable, exactly like the casino's edge, which never depends on any one gambler's mood. And the next time you feel that rush, the near win, the almost doubled trade, the lucky week that makes you want to go all in, remember that feeling is not information. It's not a signal. It's the exact same chemical trick built into every slot machine on the planet, and it was never designed to help you make good decisions. Casinos don't beat people because they're smarter. They beat people because they understand something most people never stop to consider. Tiny edges become giant fortunes when repeated long enough. And the scary part is, that same law has been quietly shaping your financial life for years in one direction or the other, whether you noticed it or not. Starting today, it can start working for you instead. Because in the end, every casino on earth was built on one simple idea, repeated 1 billion times over. Tiny edges become giant fortunes. The only real question left is, which side of that math have you been standing on? And which side are you going to choose starting right now?